Snap good. Spot down. Kick on the way. High enough. Long enough. It is good. Good. And Wake Forest beats Mississippi 30-28 on a 41-yard Sam Swank field goal.
He knew it all the time. Wake Forest kicker Sam Swank drilling the game-winning field goal. He did it against Ole Miss on Saturday, and joining us now to relive that moment and to look ahead at the college football season, Demon Deacons head coach Jim Grobe. Jim, thanks for joining us. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jim.
On a nice start so far. Let's go back to the fourth quarter of that game. You got about a minute on the clock. You're down by a point to Ole Miss. What's going through your head before you start that final drive?
Well, I felt pretty good with Riley Skinner. He's done those things before, and I felt like when our kids took the field that they were ready to go play. I just didn't know if we had enough time. I worried that the defense, in not being able to stop them, had not given us enough time.
We just saw the kick. Sam is certainly money. He's the nation's active leader in field goals. He goes out to attempt the kick, and the play clock is running down. And your holder, Ryan McManus, says, wait a minute, we're not going to get this thing off, and calls a timeout. So what do you think about icing your own kicker? Have you ever seen that before?
You really wouldn't want to do that, Jay, but Ryan was really sharp in that situation. We were pretty deliberate about going out to kick it. I don't know how we lost the time, but we looked up, and the clock's going down. So our coaches on the sideline were shouting to call timeout, and Ryan was heads up enough to get it done.
Sam's hit 111, I believe, consecutive extra points. Impressive. He's 5 for 5 on field goals this year. How does having a kicker who you really have confidence and faith in affect the way you coach a football game?
Well, it's critical. That's why we were able to kick some field goals earlier in the game, because we felt like we had not an automatic 3 points, but we feel really good about Sam. So anytime we're in doubt, we're probably more apt to kick it knowing we've got Sam Swank.
It's shocking, but Wake Forest is the only team out of the ACC, and I know it's early, but the only team currently ranked in the top 25. Why has the conference struggled early this season, do you think?
Well, I'm not sure. Probably some of it's playing pretty good people. I mean, not too many people out there want to play Alabama to open or want to play Southern Cal to open. I think now we know East Carolina's the real deal. I mean, there's some good football teams out there, and a lot of teams haven't been challenged yet. I think some of our ACC teams have been challenged pretty good at the start.
Even though you've had some success there recently, Wake Forest is still flying under the radar just a little bit, which I'm sure probably is just fine with you. Give us one reason why fans should get to know your football team, particularly as the season goes on.
Well, like the Ole Miss game, I think they're fun to watch. We may not win a football game, but I think every time we come off the field, we think our kids have really played as hard as they can, and they tend to make it pretty exciting.
There was obviously the controversial play in the Washington game at the end of the game, and I'm sure you've either seen it or been asked about it. Here it is again. Some could say it's a spontaneous celebration, and the ball just flies up in the air, but the rule is what it is. What would you tell your team after a loss like that? How do you move forward?
Well, I think, certainly you have to talk to your kids about the rules. I mean, you want the kids to do the right things. I thought in that situation it was spontaneous. I don't think there was anything intentional there. I don't think it was planned. But the rules are very specific right now, and the officials have pretty much been instructed if they do this, 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 and this, it's unsportsmanlike conduct. So it's really a tough situation. We show video clips of unsportsmanlike acts. We talk to them all the time, and we've told them pretty much now it's defined. I mean, there's not a lot of gray area anymore. The officials have pretty much said if you do this or this or this, it's going to be flagged. And unfortunately, I thought that put the official in a bind and the kid in a bind, because I think it was a very spontaneous act, and it didn't look like it was meant to taunt the other team at all.
Just an unfortunate situation all the way around. Coach, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Jay.
Congratulations again on the nice start. Good luck the rest of the way. Again, Wake Forest 2-0. They are off this weekend, but, well, it gets a little tougher here. They have to go to Florida State. They'll do that next Saturday.